What's going on, everybody? Not a big, boisterous, booming intro like normal. That's because this one comes with a very heavy heart. Um, Man, I know y'all gonna say, yo, you late, your video late. No, I'm not late. I've been new about it. Um, I just needed to give me about 24 hours to process it and process exactly what I read. And if you don't know, and you were, maybe on Mars or something like that yesterday, um 2XKO is um ending development of the game December 2026. That will be the last month and the last time that they do anything, if anything. Um that's the end of the game. That is the end of the game. There's nothing new to come. And, a lot of people say, the writing was on the wall and we should have saw it coming and this, that, and the third. And I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that the writing was on the wall. Um, I just talked to a lot of them at Evo. Um, and I found out a lot at Evo. Nothing to the extent of this, but I think a lot of the devs and stuff that I talked to at Evo will probably tell you that they were surprised as well. Um, I feel like this is just how can I put this? Like, I'm not happy with it. Not so much just based on the fact that the game is ending, but like there are a good amount of people who I know worked on this game. People from the game community, Clockwork, Combo Fiend, Peter, Apology Man, uh, and so on and so forth. There's an abundance of other people that I know of in the community and that I know personally, and this had to come as a blow to them because I talked to them at Evo. They didn't know anything about this. And mind you, Evo was what, 2 months ago? It was just late June. We got through June, we got through July, we get to mid August, mid to late August, and boom, they hit us with this. So Um, maybe it was after Evo. Maybe after Evo they didn't see the numbers, but that they wanted to see. But Evo's numbers, bro, like they broke over 1,000 participants in the tournament for 2SKO at Evo. CEO numbers were a little low. I think CEO they broke like maybe 400 or something like that at CEO. But I digress. Um, yeah, it's with a heavy heart. So I'm pretty sure if you all have been paying attention, you all know everything that's going to be in this article that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, yeah, we're going to go over it again and I'm just going to skim it just because, like I said, I'm pretty sure everybody done pretty much looked at it already. So 2SKO active development will end in December of 2026. Hey all. We have an update to share about the future 2XKO. 2XKO development will conclude at the end of 2026. Over the last few months, we've been monitoring 2XKO's trajectory closely, and we've seen is painting a clear, consistent picture. While a lot of you jumped in to try the game, and there's incredible community that plays every day, we haven't seen enough players stick with the game to get to a path towards sustainability. So just that in itself is just saying that they just don't have the numbers to do it. Like This is a $100 million game that they took 10 years to make because they changed it so many times. It was a 1v1 that was done in 3D. Then it was a 1v1 done in the anime style that it is now. Then it was a 2v2, and it was a just a team game. Then it was a tag game. Then they changed the way that the systems work, all the fuses and all this other type of stuff. So the game went through so many changes over this like 10 years that it took for them to release this game. So it was a lot of time and a lot of money put into it. Because I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, yeah, I mean that's obvious. Look, they laid off X amount of people this and X amount of people that, and so on and so forth. Yeah, well, I mean that happens. You can develop a game with less than 160 people. So they laid off 80. They did. They laid off 80 people, and they tried to finish up the game with 80 people. And people have to respect that, man. Like the team that they had left still put in work to give us great quality and gave us the best patch of the game after they laid off people. We got the best patch of the game afterwards. Two characters at the same time, announcements for Lux and Samira. Like it was a lot going on and a lot of good things happening with this game. Um, I just think that they made certain mistakes that I'm going to talk about as we read more to this, but there's certain mistakes that I think that they made, and it's something that I think that FGC and gaming companies they need to understand when it comes down to fighting games. But I digress. Servers will remain on beyond 2026, which is good. That means we'll still get to play. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing nothing new for the game, but at least they're gonna let us continue to play. Uh, for the rest, playable on all platforms. Oh, sorry about that. Through the rest of 2026, we'll be introducing content feature improvements, two new champions, Lux and Samira, with the intent to deliver our final bug fix patch in December of this year. After that, servers will remain on to support online play. Offline play is unaffected. We'll give advance notice if any of that changes. Well, that's good. That's good. We're unlocking all champs. We're also bundling most cosmetic items and refunding all money spent in 2XKO on or before August 20th. Any content owned is yours to keep. Avatar or player profile items will be unlockable for credits. This will happen in patch 1.3.1 in September. More information on that below. Our goal now is to do the right thing by players who have invested in us so far and want to continue playing 2SKO, as well as the rioters who have poured everything into delivering on this stream. The rest of this post goes into detail on how we got here, what's changing, and what's still to come. So, number one, I want to say this. This right here, uh, we're unlocking all cosmetic items and refunding money spent on 2XKO on or before August 20th is some of the dopest stuff ever. And I'm pretty sure that is not a riot thing. I'm pretty sure that's the 2XKO team. I'm pretty sure they fought in meetings to make sure that this happened because they they more than likely feel really bad. Because the game is only out for a year. The game is out for a year and people invested hundreds of dollars. I know because I was one of those people. I bought battle passes. I bought startup pass, the startup kit with the character tokens. I bought skins and stuff like that. I paid for those things. And I appreciate them taking into consideration that a person um put in their hard-earned money into a game that they were told they were going to get X amount of time out of and didn't even get a fourth of that time. I appreciate them giving that back. I also appreciate them keeping the game on so that people can play, and anything that you don't get, in whatever they bundle together, you can earn it with credits by just playing the game because it's still a very fun game. I was playing it earlier this morning, and then I was also playing it yesterday, and I was still having a blast. Caitlin Bliss for the win. I can't wait to play with Samira, and I can't wait to play with Lux too. So it to me, man, man, this is a hard pill to swallow. Um, so essentially, right here, this just kind of goes into talking about what their dreams were and stuff like that. So they had a dreams to build a fighting game for a community would love to play with their friends, and they wanted to build respectful and credible game and riot and take services and new sets to bring in new sets of hungry players. Their approach was to tackle issues that we knew the FGC struggled in or struggled with by building more reliable netcode. And I have to say, they did that. 2XKO probably has one of the best netcodes ever used for a fighting game, hands down. Nobody can argue that. Making rank grind uh less lonely, I guess, by duos, but you'll notice that most people that are in the rank are not running duos, especially everybody that's up in like the challenger list, the top 100. They not they're not running duos. So, I mean, I guess that was something that they could have aimed for, but rank is gonna always be a grind, no matter how you do it. It's just so I don't know if they feel like they succeeded on that or not, but that's a hard one to that's a hard metric to gauge. Um, Committing to more frequent game updates. Okay, so this one right here is a double-edged sword, right? This one right here is a double-edged sword because how many games do we play that they don't give us updates on that we are still playing to this day? Here's looking at you, Street Fighter. Street Fighter 6 gave us at least 2 years with no substantial updates whatsoever to change the game in any way that would make it feel different or alter something for like 2 years, maybe even longer than that. Then they finally, when Alex dropped, I think it was Alex drop. They gave us like the biggest patch ever where they started kind of changing characters and changing abilities and moves and stuff like that, like a major change. And that wasn't even that big. Um, people played Tekken 8 for what? I don't know, 3 years before they got like a major update that pissed off the entire FGC. Like the reason that I'm saying this is I understand what they were trying to do with 2XKO. And it's really a cool thing to try to do, which is to try to listen to your community and make changes to make the game feel better. But the problem with that is your community is not just it's not linear. It's not one line of people. You have casuals, you have I'm sorry, we can go even further than that. You have noobs, you have casuals, you have your intermediate people, you got your high level players, and then you got your pro players. Pro players are going to complain about things that affect them in the career in which they work. Your high level players aren't going to have very much to say because they're in between that intermediate and that pro. And a lot of times high level players agree with pros most of the time anyway. Your intermediate people are caught like right in the middle because they're frustrated with the fact that they can't get over the hump to make it to high level, but annoyed by all the pandering that is getting done to all of the people that's crying that aren't even intermediate. Your casuals are there for fun, but can't have fun because the characters that they want to play with are not top tier characters. So they bitch about how the top tier characters are ruining their time. And then the noobs never make it, don't even play ranked anyway. They came to just see what the game is like and didn't even have enough of the features that they needed in order to pull them into the game, which is something else that I'll go into as well. So you listening to all of this stuff on Twitter and you end up listening to the pros because they are the ones that go to tournaments. But if we had to count the number of players that your game has, and let's say that your game only had 1,000 players, out of those 1,000 players, only 100 of them are major pro players that even matter. That means that there's 900 other players in the world that you have to divide between high level, intermediate, casuals, and noobs. You have to choose between them. That your 900 is those people, and those are the people that you're not really listening to because you listen to the pros. And my thing is you're also listening to people that are whining and crying about something that literally just happened the day before. Like y'all drop a character, y'all drop a patch, and nobody gives the game a chance to breathe. Literally the same day or the day after people have played with this character or with this patch, they already complain about what the patch is doing. And since you all are listening to them complain literally the day of or day after, y'all go and y'all jump in and be ready to make a major change on a game, and people haven't even had a chance to like really flesh it out. Everybody talked all type of smack about Thresh. And they did. They nerfed him. But in all honesty, he's still Thresh. He can still do some of the same combos and have the same level of confirms that he had before y'all did it. Y'all just changed like little things here and there. But the fact of the matter is even before y'all changed it, to be honest with you, a lot of people had started figuring them out before you nerfed them. There was really no need to nerf them. You all just jumped the bandwagon and started listening to everything that Twitter had. So now y'all giving out updates every month, every other month, every 3 months, and you're not giving the game a chance to breathe. Sometimes the things that you think you need to change because major gaming companies or major games like Street Fighter do it this way, and you feel like if you do it the other way, it'll be better. Sometimes y'all might just want to ride that wave because that game Street Fighter is doing great for some reason and they not changing nothing. If you did decide to do some small nerfs on some characters to bring them down so that they can be more balanced and then uplift some other characters, that's fine. But some things I feel like they just changed way too quickly sometimes instead of just letting the game breathe. Uh and more. Okay, so while genre progressed significantly in the last 10 or so years, we believe 2X delivered in many of these promises. And I mean, it did. Like I said, they definitely committed to the frequent game updates, which helped them and hurt them at the same time. And the net code was great. The rank grind, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know how they judging that metric. Um, and then on the business side here, they saying they were hoping to make a free to play game that free to play game that could make the genre more accessible and discoverable to new players, and that they could fall in love with fighting games in the same way. Here's the thing about that, man. You can't do that. You guys are doing that, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is Rumbleverse all over again, um, and so on and so forth. The only games that I know that have made any money doing free to play only gave you a what do I want to call it, a advanced demo that will be Grand Blue and DOA. Essentially, they gave you a game for free that has like maybe 6 playable characters on it. And then from there, if you like the game, you can buy the upgraded uh pack or the ultimate pack or whatever it is, and unlock the rest of the characters and get the full game. I said this a long time ago, and I'll say it again. I think 2XKO messed up by making it a free to play game. A lot of people didn't agree with me because people don't like to spend money, and that's cool. You don't want to spend money, that's fine. You don't have to. But those same people that got the game for free also didn't spend no money in the store to get no skins. I think that I think game companies haven't realized that the FGC is not rich, man. We broke. A lot of fighting game players are broke, bro. We don't got a lot of bread. Like, it's different. Fighting games are not League of Legends, yo. Fighting games are not League of Legends, you know? And fighting game players are not league players. We're not sitting around with a lot of times we're not sitting around with mom's or dad's debit card or whatever it is that people do. Like we're not. Um, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I know some pro players. I know some just high level players, some streamers and everything who didn't pay a dime in 2XKO. Not a dime. Didn't buy a skin, didn't buy a battle pass, didn't buy anything. Great at the game. Stream it all the time. Will battle you at any point in time, but didn't buy anything. Didn't do it. Because they just didn't see why they needed to buy skins when they were okay with the original outfits. It wasn't that they didn't want to support the game, they just really didn't see a reason to. A lot of fighting game players are not into those skins and stuff like that, like Fortnite players or League of Legends players and so on and so forth. It's just not their thing. Can't be mad at them like that. But that's why most fighting game developers won't do a free to play game unless they're giving you as I like to say, a super demo. Grand Blue and DOA. Other than that, you all gonna pay for the game. What I think Riot should have did, I think they should have released the game, sold it for 29, maybe 39.99, and gave us a starter of 16 characters since it's 2v2. Starter 16 characters, $29 for it. I think we would have been good. And I think they could have did that. And if they would have just released the game at the same time, all in January for PC and for play and for console at the same time. I think they messed up when they gave it to PC first and then tried to give it to console. Try to give it to console people later. I think that was a mistake. Um, and I think it hurt them to do free to play. I don't think free to play works on the fighting game genre. I do not think that we have a big enough audience for that. I don't. I think our audience is way too niche. But that's just me. So yeah. So they tried to do it. It started and fighting game same way they did. Ideally, would happen over. They knew it would happen over time. Started by earning the trust of lots of core fighting game players, and growing to a larger player base. When most features and content came online, we also went into the project knowing at the start that free to play comes with a minimum player requirement. Exactly, and you did that in a you did that in a genre where it's not as big as it looked. Man, it looks great when you look at the videos on camera of everybody being at Evo or CEO or something like that. It looks amazing. Makes you think that there are millions of people playing fighting games. That'd be like 300 people in them audiences sometime, bro. It's not as big as you think. It's not. And not everybody plays every fighting game. League of Legends players play League of Legends. It's just that simple. League of Legends players play League of Legends. One of the people that's going to go down in FGC history as one of the greatest fighting game players ever. Goes by the name of Arslan Ash. And I'm gonna tell you something about Arslan Ash. He does not play 2XKO. He does not play Guilty Gear. He does not play Street Fighter. He does not. You know what Arslan plays? What he got 8 championships in? He plays Tekken. Just that simple. Arslan plays Tekken. The FGC may be a pretty big group, but it's not as big as League. And not only that, not everybody plays the same games. They just don't. Some people are 3D only. They'll play Tekken, they'll play Virtual Fighter, they'll play DOA, won't touch a 2D game. I have a brother right now that will look you clean in the face. He is the biggest Marvel fan on the planet. He loves Marvel. He plays Marvel Rivals. He goes see all the Marvel movies. He reads the comics. Huge Marvel fan. He won't touch Tokan. Now, if Marvel dropped a 3D fighter like Tekken or Virtual Fighter or something like that, he'll be all over it because he only plays 3D fighting games. He does not like 2D fighters. It's just the way that it is. You know, there's nothing you can really say about that. So to do a free to play game in a niche genre like fighting games, and then to do it just if with fighting games in general, I don't think it was the best choice. I just don't. Early on, we saw pockets of the FGC fully embrace 2XKO. We got proof of that. Uh, this approach was working in small scales. Players pushed the game to its limits in high level play and brought their non fighting game friends to play with them. Duos became a great way to mash buttons together. Tournament organizers added the game to weekly lineups, and players told us that they wanted more champs, events, features, etc. Now, we'll cut to that. Y'all released a game with 11 characters, and you expected that to hold the attention of video game players. Y'all dropped a tag game, a tag based fighting game with 11 characters. And then the 11 characters you chose were not the 11 characters that people were the most interested in. You all allowed the hype of a Netflix show to push the narrative that these were the characters that people wanted. Yet you want to reach out and bring new people in. If you wanted to get a crossover of the League of Legends fan base to come over and try out your fighting game, you probably should have looked at the metric of the characters that are played the most and then made those characters your starter characters. That's what I would have did. I would have looked at League of Legends and I'd have looked at the top 50 characters that are played out of this 170 some odd characters that they got. Out of those 50 characters, I would have looked at the ones that can translate and be made into a actual fighting game character for the type of game that we're making. I would have looked at those, subtracted the characters that didn't fit the motif, and then looked at the rest of the list. But I would have done it in that order because if you're telling me that you're making a fighting game and you don't put Set in a fighting game whose whole story is about him working his way up from a fighting pit to becoming the king of the underworld. He was in a fighting pit. That's what he did. He punches people. He fought his way out of something to become the boss. You telling me you don't put Mordekaiser in a game a character that has an ability that shuts the team off. That right there was your S2 special written. It's written out for you guys right there. You could have gave him a special where he literally locks out tagging, burst, and push block and just made it for 10 seconds, 15 seconds or whatever. It's a 1v1 of Mordekaiser versus this person. No tag ability. That would have been an awesome special to give Mordekaiser. And you make him move like Vasaraga from Grand Blue. You make all of his movements seem intentional and deliberate. He stumps when he walks. He moves with a slow pace, big with this giant mallet. Great character. Y'all didn't give us no Silas, no Kane, no Atrox, no. Oh my God, it's just so many characters. No Undir. These are fighting characters. No Lee Sin. These are all characters that are fighters, and they did not make it into a fighting game, which is insane. We didn't even get a puppet character. Y'all got Annie, y'all had Ivern, y'all had Yorick, y'all had so many characters to choose from to give us a puppet character, and it never happened. Characters or champs were one thing that really hurt this game because it started out with so little characters. People got tired of playing the same 11 characters all the time. And then y'all was making people wait 3 months, 2.5 months, and so on and so forth before they got another character. People got tired of waiting. Y'all killed yourself with that. Events, yeah, y'all had a lot of those. Features, y'all had that stuff coming too. But you also didn't give your noobs and your casuals anything to look forward to. There was no story mode. You all could have had a story mode where y'all had Thresh and Mordekaiser be the boss because they are big bads in League of Legends story. Y'all could have had them be a team at the end of the game, man, and had a whole story to build up to what Mordekaiser and Thresh did in the world to get this to make all of this stuff collide and make 2XKO a thing. And it would have gave the casuals something to do. It would have gave them what they wanted, a story to work their way through. Y'all gave us bot battle. Then after that, y'all came up with the climb. But okay, you do the climb, you have fun with the roguelike experience and stuff like that. But then what? Then what? There's no boss. There's no big bad. There's nothing to achieve. While this is exactly what we wanted to see, it just wasn't happening enough. Even within the genre, uh, diehard tag fighter players love 2XKO, but most other fighting game players struggle to find reasons to stick with the game. That's your fault. Why they ending development? I'll be honest with y'all. I'm just gonna run this down. They're basically saying that they ended development because they didn't have the they didn't hit the numbers, the trajectory that they looked for. It just wasn't there. They didn't hit the numbers that they needed to hit or wanted to hit, and so on and so forth. It came down to money. But again, like I said, if they came out with a game and charged $29.99 to $39.99 for the game, and 1 million people bought the game, they just made back $30 million out of the 100 million that they spent. They dropped the ball by making a free to play game. That's just how I look at it. What's next? So, as we mentioned above, we want to do right by our players and continue to play 2XKO and deeply respect the love and put it to the game. And the scene up to now, 2XKO remains online and playable, and we're going anywhere, and we aren't going anywhere yet. We've still got more content to show you throughout the end of the year, and we are truly grateful to everyone who has been a part of 2XKO's journey so far. Here's a quick look at the patches for the rest of 2026. So for the rest of 2026, we'll continue finishing out our work in progress content, bug fixes, and making balance changes to get 2XKO into a state where we'll be able to make a final bug fix pass in December. So August 20th, which was yesterday, uh, we're disabling the KO points purchases. In preparation for the upcoming 2X KO Ultimate Bundle and in game refunds, we're disabling the ability to purchase KO points. Physical prepaid cards will no longer be usable in 2X KO. Cards will still work for currency in Riot's other games. Remaining KO points can be spent in the rotating store before patch 1.3.1. We'll begin the process of refunding all purchases made prior to August 20th. For PC players, all KO points and 2XKO starter edition purchases made prior to August 20th will be refunded to the payment method used to purchase them. We plan to have most refunds distributed in the next 2 weeks and hope to be finished with all PC refunds by November. We appreciate your patience as we process these. For PlayStation and Xbox players, KO points and 2X KO Starter Edition purchases made prior to August 20th will be refunded through the platform and provider used to purchase. PlayStation and Xbox customer service may reach out to confirm payment details in details in the coming weeks. For players in Japan and Korea and servers and so on and so forth, that I'll let y'all deal with that. That's something else. So then September 8th is when we'll get the 1.3.1 patch. As announced at Evo 26, Lux, the Lady of Lum- Lum- Lumosity, drops with patch 1.3.1. Lux is a Shoto inspired character with a simple kit who harnesses the power of light to illuminate her enemies. So uh, we're adding a purchasable bundle of nearly all 2XKO cosmetic content for $39.99. And then let's see, the 2XKO Ultimate Bundle includes Ultimate Bundle launches in patch 1.3.1. It contains all skins, skin chromas, and taunts for every champion up to and including Lux, plus all currently released finishers. For those who want to pick up everything for 2SKO, this bundle packages most cosmetics into a single purchase. We're making many items available for credits. Earned currency is what it's called. Avatar items, select base champion chromas, stages, and player profile items will be unlockable for credits. The credit limit will be uncapped from 12,000, which is good. I don't know why they ever capped it at 12,000 anyway. That used to annoy me. We're removing some of the systems so we can support the long term online experience. Battle passes, KO points, champion tokens, seasons, and events will be removed. We're removing ranked and adjusting matchmaking to be streamlined within casual lobbies. Ranked lobbies will be disabled to ensure that we can matchmake within a single pool of players per server. Casual lobbies will still be match made by skill, so you should still expect to see players around your skill level. Private lobbies will be unaffected. We're unlocking most gameplay content for all players. All champions will be unlocked for all players. Fuses will still be unlockable through tutorials. We're updating our we're updating other parts of the game. We'll add voice chat and a large map to private lobbies, um, which will allow up to 40 players in one private lobby. More information will be available when the patch comes out. In October, they're launching in October. 2XKO's final champion is Samira the Desert Rose. Samira is a bounty hunter who fights with bombastic flair, switching between her sword and dual pistols for maximum style. We'll also update 2XKO bundle, Ultimate Bundle to include all remaining skins and cosmetics. Owners of the bundle will receive the added items automatically. This will be the final major content patch for the game. More information will be available in the 1.3.3 patch notes. Optional December patch of 1.3.5. If required, the patch will mostly focus on bug fixes and it won't introduce major new content. From here, 2SKO servers will remain online and the game will still be available to download for free on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox. And then the competitive scene. The competitive series is unchanged through 2026. We'll continue to support players and TOs. This includes prizing for all major and challenger events. The final competitive series event will take place in November. Beyond 2026, TOs can continue to run events featuring 2XKO using the community competition guidelines online or offline. There's no perfect way to handle decisions like this. As 2026 continues, we'll be figuring out what more we can do for players, TOs, competitors, and creators that have consistently shown up for the FGC through 2X. We have conversations with community leaders over the next few weeks, and we'll keep you posted here. Ultimately, we're proud of the game that this team built. We're grateful to everyone who made the game what it is today, and we're looking forward to the rest of the year's releases. What's written above reflects our current plan, and we may make some adjustments to dates and comms as we go. Look, looking to the future, you can count on Riot to keep exploring new genres and ways to bring players together. For now, we're focused on leaving 2X in a great spot. Then we'll head back into R&D lab where we'll take time to learn and work on how we come back stronger for the next swing at the next jump. And then they put this out. Ultimately, man, all I can say is this is that 2SKO is a very fun game and I enjoy playing it. I enjoy what they did with it. I enjoy what they made it. It's a great game. Um I give 2SKO a lot of credit for waking up a part of me that had become dormant. Um I've been playing fighting games for a very long time. I'm 45 years old and I've been playing fighting games since before I was double digits maybe. And since Street Fighter. And after a while fighting games got stagnant for me. Tekken didn't give me the that that pop that I wanted when it came down to playing fighting games. Mortal Kombat was up one game, down another, up another, down another, up these three games, down those three. Street Fighter was I love Street Fighter Third Strike, but it was so niche and it wasn't big anywhere, man. Um, I think I ended up having to buy it. I ended up did I have to buy Third Strike import? I think I had to buy it imported. Um, Same thing with SNK. SNK had great games, then they would fall off. King of Fighters was great, then it wasn't. There was no Fatal Fury for a long time. Y'all gave me Capcom versus SNK 2, and it was great. One versus Capcom 2. It's just fighting games were just in a really weird spot at one point. And I think I have fell out of love with them for a minute, and then they came out with 2XKO, and I play League of Legends, so I love the idea of being able to play um a fighting game style with these characters that I played in League in in League of Legends. That was kind of dope. I loved the idea. I was really behind it. I still stand on it that Echo is probably one of the best made characters ever in a fighting game. Um, the way that they put him together, the way that they use his ability, the rewind ability and stuff like that, there will probably never be a character as well put together with a kit like Echo. Echo is probably the best made fighting game character ever. His kit is insane. It looks amazing. And it's because when I saw Echo in their first few demos when they were talking about the game as Project L and they showed Echo, that brought me back to the games that I love. So, um, you know, kudos, kudos to, you know, kudos, man, kudos to Riot, kudos to the 2XKO team. Um, you all woke something up in me, and I take what you all woke up in me with 2XKO. I take that energy and I've been putting it towards other games. I've been playing Grand Blue like crazy, getting great at that game, and um I've let that translate and transfer over into Marvel Tokon, which I'm doing really good at as well and loving every moment of it. So thank you. Thank you, Riot. Thank you to SKO for waking the beast back up in me again. Um that have fell dormant. What I do wish though, and if anybody watching this has any other connections outside of the ones that I have to Riot or to XKO members, please tag them in it and let them know that I said this. Please don't end the game. Just rebrand it as 2XKO point 2.0, the same way Guilty Gear did with Strive. Come back with it as 2.0. Make sure it has all of the stuff from the original game, the 17 characters that you all released. Add another 7 characters to it to give us 24 characters, right? Make sure that these 7 characters are characters people want. Set, Fiddlesticks, Mordekaiser, the names that you hear the most of. Add those characters, all right? Add those 7 characters. Give us 24 characters, rebrand it as 2.0, and sell it for 29 to 39.99. 29.99 to 39.99. Start out making y'all some money with a rebranded and give us the game that we've been playing for the longest and just make y'all money back. But give us 24 characters so we got more variety, and don't let these be characters that y'all think are gonna be big because of a TV show, man. Go and look at those League of Legends uh those threads of people that play League of Legends. Go look at the markup for the most played characters in League of Legends. I'm telling y'all the names that I hear the most of all the names in League of Legends. I hear Lee Sin, I hear Set, I hear Mordekaiser, I hear Kane, I hear Silas. These are characters that I always hear. These are characters that should have been in the game. Y'all gave us Samira, we happy about that. But what about Revan? Revan was should have been in there. It's just they missed a beat with a lot of characters. But that's how I think they should do. Just rebrand it as 2.0, charge for it, give us all those characters, add an extra 7 characters, give us 24, and then give us a DLC, give us DLC over the year, like every other fighting game. And I think y'all be good. and still drop skins. Make extra money, but make sure the skins are at a reasonable price. These skins are not characters. They shouldn't cost us $10 and $20. These skins should be $5. They should be $5, $5.99 per skin, something like that. That's just what I think. But again, with a heavy heart, man, I say, uh, man, this I didn't like hearing it, and I know a lot of other people didn't either. So, uh, if this is farewell and they don't do a rebranding, farewell to a great game, man. And man, my heart goes out to those developers um, that won't get to work on this anymore, and a lot of the people that I know from the FGC who who really put their heart, soul, and their time into this one. Man, I'm sorry this happened to you guys, but let's just hope for a rebranding, everybody. I think that's the best idea. So, as always, man, it's been your boy McFly. If you like the content, um, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications, like, share, comment. Comments go towards better content. Um, yeah, man, live young, stay fly, man. I'm gone.